one of the major things here at E3 this year was obviously the full details of the new portable device from Sony, PS Vita. If you haven't gotten used to the name yet, don't worry. Even in the Sony folders at E3, there were mentionings of NGP, so you're not alone. What were your initial impressions of Vita? You played it a bit.
Yeah, I had a chance to sit down with Uncharted Golden Abyss and Ruin, that they made a big deal out of on the press conference. And well, I was initially just looking at the games and looking what they had told us about the machine. I was a bit skeptical, with touch and dual analog sticks and the thing on the back with the touch screen on the back. But actually sitting down to play with it, the way the analog sticks and the touch actually interacted worked very well, at least in Golden Abyss. Of course, there's going to be a lot of crappy games for it as well, there always is, but for the really high tier stuff like Uncharted, it worked really, really well. It felt natural to go from holding the two analog sticks to over to touching the screen for like climbing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the only thing was that I wasn't really, that took something getting used to, was the back touchpad.
Yeah, I never actually got to try that. You tried out the Little Deviants game?
Little Deviants,
that had just...
and that took some getting used to. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities with the device in itself. And also, I have to say, it feels a little bit wrong to touch the beautiful big screen on the front.
Oh, yeah. The machine in itself, now I had asked, or I was talking to one of the developers for Golden Abyss about this, and said that it felt very light and very slim. As he pointed out, not everything was in those machines. There might still be components added or taken out, but it feels slick. The touchscreen is amazing. Of course, the screen on the PSP was great as well.
Yeah.
But it looks just beautiful, and the graphics were really impressive.
Yeah.
And using two analog sticks, I know a lot of people have been asking for that on the PSP. And getting it now with Vita, that worked wonders as well. Just finally be able to move Nathan around and moving the camera.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And finally we're getting it. And I'd say that now, after having seen the machine, having touched the machine and played around with it, it's a really impressive piece of technology.
It's one of those things where you can't really imagine yourself not having one of them.
No, as if you're really interested in games, like we obviously are, already trying to plan when to, put away some money every month just to buy it. Now we got the price as well, $249.
And it's not too bad, no.
No, the price is both $249 and of course €249, which means it will be a bit more expensive for us. But that price point. We discussed it the day before, and we were quite certain that it would be at least $50 more, if not even more than that, for all the stuff they plan to put in. I wonder exactly how much money they're going to lose for each sold unit, but
I don't care.
It's for us it's great. For the players it's great. It's great with some competition with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Going after the exact same price point as the 3DS.
And I mean, the interesting thing is, at E3 here, they mainly focused on the first-party lineup. I guess we're going to get third-party lineup a little bit later on, but it really looks like a very strong lineup that I presume is going to be around launch and maybe 6 months ahead of that. You mentioned Uncharted, but there's also Wipeout 2048, Reality Fighters, Super Stardust Delta. It's quite a good mix of games.
Absolutely, and just in case, also Ruin. As I mentioned before, and you mentioned Wipeout now, that can actually communicate with the PS3, and Ruin as well, which is supposedly you're supposed to be able to play it on your Vita while you're perhaps sitting in the bus or whatever, and then when you get back home, you can pick up the game through. Of course, it saves to the cloud and stuff like that, and you can start playing it again on the PS3. That game was a little rough right now, but I think the concept is interesting enough for being the kind of typical game that people will pick up at launch.
Yeah, and we had Little Deviants as well, which is really a showcase of mini games that really takes use of all the different features, the cameras, the front, the back camera, the gyro, the dual analog sticks, the touchscreen, the touchpad on the back, and just makes use of everything. Yeah. That's a game that I can see sort of being a good game for Sony to introduce the functionality of it, sort of like Wii Sports was for Wii.
Typical bundle game.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So yeah, finally having touched and played with it, it looks really impressive.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's all we got to say about the Vita. We're excited.